Get ready to upgrade your business strategy and find success with key insights from the book, Blue Ocean Strategy by Renée Mauborgne and W. Kim. Chapter 1. Creating Blue Oceans. The first chapter introduces the concept of creating blue oceans by showcasing the unprecedented success of Cirque du Soleil, a company that transformed the declining circus industry by creating a new, uncontested market space. Unlike traditional circuses that competed within the saturated and diminishing market of circus entertainment, Cirque du Soleil expanded industry boundaries by merging circus and theater, appealing to a new demographic of adults and corporate clients willing to pay higher prices for a unique entertainment experience. The text explains the distinction between red oceans, competitive existing markets, and blue oceans, new, uncontested markets. It argues that companies can achieve sustainable growth and profitability not by competing in red oceans, but by creating blue oceans. The book aims to provide practical frameworks and strategies for companies to create their own blue oceans by innovating value and aligning it with company activities to tap into uncontested market spaces. The concept of value innovation, a cornerstone of blue ocean strategy, is highlighted as the process of simultaneously pursuing differentiation and low cost to open up new market space and create new demand. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Creating blue oceans. Identify the existing boundaries. Analyze the current industry to understand where competition is focused. Redefine the market space. Look for opportunities to combine different elements from various industries or to target new customer segments. Launch the new offering. Develop and introduce an offering that doesn't directly compete with existing solutions but fulfills an unmet need. 2. Red oceans versus blue oceans. Assess your current position. Determine if your business is in a red or potential blue ocean. Research for blue ocean opportunities. Conduct market research to find unexplored areas or underserved customer needs. Develop a strategy to shift. Plan a strategic move from red to blue oceans by altering your business model, product, or service offerings. 3. Value innovation. Evaluate current offerings. Identify which aspects of your product or service are cost drivers without adding to customer value. Eliminate and reduce costs. Remove unnecessary features and lower costs in areas that don't contribute to customer satisfaction. Raise and create value. Enhance or add features that significantly increase customer value and differentiate your offering. 4. Strategic planning for blue oceans. Map the industry landscape. Use tools like the strategy canvas to visualize where the competition invests and where customers find value. Identify non-customers. Look at adjacent markets or segments not currently served by your industry. Develop a blue ocean move. Based on insights, create a strategic plan that focuses on uncharted market spaces. 5. Risk management and blue ocean strategy. Identify potential risks. List down the risks associated with entering a new market space. Develop risk mitigation strategies. For each identified risk, create a plan to mitigate or manage it. Monitor and adapt. Continuously monitor the market and adapt your strategies to manage new risks as they arise. 6. Sustainability and renewal. Continuous innovation. Regularly review and update your offerings to keep them relevant and competitive. Align internal processes. Ensure your company's internal processes, culture, and technologies support ongoing innovation. Evaluate market changes. Keep an eye on industry trends and shifts to adapt your blue ocean strategy accordingly. In essence, the text serves as a guide for companies to shift from competition-based strategies in saturated markets, red oceans, to creating new market spaces, blue oceans, thereby unlocking new demand and achieving sustainable growth. Chapter 2. Analytical Tools and Frameworks. This chapter introduces analytical tools and frameworks developed over a decade to systematically approach the formulation and execution of blue ocean strategies. Unlike the existing strategy tools focused on competing within red oceans, these new tools aim to help businesses create and capture uncontested market spaces, thereby minimizing risks and avoiding the intense competition of red oceans. The chapter illustrates the application of these tools through the example of the U.S. wine industry, where intense competition, price pressures, and stagnant demand characterize the market. It introduces 3 key analytical tools: the strategy canvas, the 4 actions framework, and the eliminate, reduce, raise, create (ERRC) grid, showcasing how Casella Wines created the Yellowtail brand to successfully unlock a blue ocean in the wine industry. These tools guide companies in redefining market boundaries, focusing on non-customers, and creating new value propositions that differentiate them from the competition. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Strategy canvas. Identify the key factors your industry competes on and the offering level to customers for each factor. Plot these factors on the horizontal axis of the canvas, with offering levels on the vertical axis. Compare your company's performance against key competitors to visualize where your industry is investing and where customers receive benefits. Use this visual depiction to identify areas of overinvestment or underinvestment and potential areas for blue ocean strategy creation. 2. 4 Actions Framework, ERRC. Eliminate. Identify factors that the industry takes for granted, but could be removed without diminishing value. Reduce. Determine which factors should be reduced well below the industry standard. Raise. Identify which factors should be raised well above the industry standard. Create. Pinpoint new factors to introduce that the industry has never offered. Apply these actions to redefine the value proposition and create a new curve that stands apart from the competition. 3. Eliminate, reduce, raise, create grid. Create a grid with 4 columns corresponding to eliminate, reduce, raise, and create. List all factors your industry competes on and place them in the appropriate column based on how they should be changed. This process forces a comprehensive reevaluation of every factor, ensuring a balanced approach to creating differentiation and low cost. Use the outcomes to redefine your strategy and create a new value curve. 4. Focus, divergence, and compelling tagline. Focus. Identify the key factors you will concentrate on, ensuring they are significantly valued by customers. Divergence. Develop strategies that diverge from the industry norm by applying the ERRC grid outcomes. Compelling tagline. Craft a clear, memorable tagline that captures the essence of your value proposition and communicates it effectively to customers. Ensure that your strategy and offerings align with these 3 characteristics to stand out in the market. 5. Reading value curves. Plot value curves of your company and key competitors using the strategy canvas. Analyze the curves to identify where your strategy converges with the competition and where it diverges. Look for areas of over-delivery that do not increase value for customers, indicating opportunities to reduce costs. Identify any strategic contradictions or inconsistencies that could be resolved to enhance value. Adjust your strategy to ensure it demonstrates focus, diverges from competitors, and can be encapsulated in a compelling tagline. Chapter 3. Reconstruct Market Boundaries. This chapter introduces the first principle of blue ocean strategy, reconstructing market boundaries to create new, uncontested market spaces, or blue oceans. It outlines the 6 paths framework for breaking away from competition, looking across alternative industries, strategic groups within industries, the chain of buyers, complementary product and service offerings, functional or emotional appeal to buyers, and across time. By systematically examining these paths, companies can identify and seize blue ocean opportunities without relying on prediction or chance. Real-world examples like NetJets, Curves, Novo Nordisk, and iTunes illustrate how companies have successfully applied these paths to create new market spaces, offering valuable insights into how to systematically explore and create blue oceans. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Look across alternative industries. Identify the broader problem your product or service solves. List alternative products or services customers use to solve this problem. Analyze why customers choose alternatives over your industry's offerings. Adjust your offering to incorporate the key advantages of these alternatives. 2. Look across strategic groups within industries. Map out the strategic groups in your industry based on factors like price and quality. Identify the factors leading customers to trade up or down between groups. Design a new offering that combines the key benefits of both groups while eliminating or reducing less valued features. 3. Look across the chain of buyers. Identify all buyer groups involved in your industry's buying process. Assess the distinct priorities and values of each buyer group. Reorient or expand your offering to better meet the needs of a previously overlooked or underserved buyer group. 4. Look across complementary product and service offerings. Map the customer journey before, during, and after using your product or service. Identify pain points or unmet needs related to complementary products or services. Develop solutions that address these pain points, either by integrating complementary features or partnering with providers of complementary services. 5. Look across functional or emotional appeal to buyers. Determine whether your industry traditionally appeals to customers on a functional or emotional basis. Identify elements that could introduce the opposite appeal, adding emotion to functionality or simplifying emotional offerings to be more functional. Redesign your offering to incorporate these elements, creating a new customer experience. 6. Look across time. Identify key trends that are likely to affect your industry. Evaluate these trends for their decisiveness, irreversibility, and clear trajectory. Project the future state of the market if these trends continue and design your offering to align with this future state. These paths challenge conventional strategic thinking and encourage companies to look beyond existing industry boundaries and competitive spaces to find and create new markets, offering a systematic approach to developing blue ocean strategies. Chapter 4. Focus on the big picture, not the numbers. The chapter emphasizes the importance of focusing on the big picture rather than getting bogged down in numerical analyses during the strategic planning process. It critiques conventional strategic planning for its tendency to trap companies in competitive market spaces, red oceans, by focusing too much on operational details and numerical targets. To counter this, the chapter introduces a visual and creative approach to strategic planning centered around the construction of a strategy canvas. This method encourages companies to visualize their current strategic position and explore opportunities for creating blue oceans, new, uncontested market spaces. The chapter outlines a four-step process for visualizing strategy: visual awakening, visual exploration, visual strategy fair, and visual communication, each designed to foster a clear, focused, and innovative strategic vision. The approach is exemplified through a case study of European financial services, demonstrating how visual tools can facilitate understanding, communication, and alignment within an organization, ultimately leading to the discovery of blue ocean strategies. The chapter concludes by highlighting the benefits of this visual approach in overcoming the limitations of traditional strategic planning, making strategy more accessible and engaging for all levels of an organization. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Visualizing strategy. Utilize visual tools like the strategy canvas to map out the current strategic position and explore new opportunities. Engage teams in identifying and debating key competitive factors, ensuring a comprehensive understanding of the industry landscape. Reflect on the visual representations to identify areas for strategic innovation and differentiation. 2. Focus on the big picture. Shift strategic planning focus from detailed numerical analysis to broader strategic objectives and market innovation. Encourage strategic thinking that prioritizes understanding customer needs and market gaps over internal metrics. Use the strategy canvas to maintain a clear view of the strategic direction and avoid getting lost in operational details. 3. The four-step process for strategy. Visual awakening. Gather key stakeholders to visually map out the current strategy versus competitors, highlighting areas for change. Visual exploration. Conduct field research with customers, non-customers, and other stakeholders to gather insights, using these findings to inform new strategic options. Visual strategy. Organize a session where teams present multiple strategy canvas options, facilitating a voting and feedback process to refine and select the most promising strategies. Visual communication. Develop a simplified visual representation of the chosen strategy for widespread communication within the organization, ensuring alignment and understanding. 4. Overcoming strategic planning limitations. Adopt a more dynamic and flexible approach to strategic planning that incorporates visual tools and fosters creativity. Ensure the strategic planning process is inclusive, engaging stakeholders from various levels of the organization to contribute insights and ideas. Regularly revisit and revise the strategy based on feedback and changing market conditions, maintaining a focus on the big picture. 5. Pioneer, migrator, settler. Classify the company's current and planned offerings into pioneers, migrators, and settlers based on their market innovation and growth potential. Strategically assess and plan to shift the portfolio towards more pioneering offerings by identifying and investing in blue ocean opportunities. Use the map as a tool for strategic discussion and decision-making, focusing on long-term growth and market leadership. This chapter provides a comprehensive guide for organizations to shift from competitive red ocean strategies to innovative blue ocean strategies by focusing on the big picture and leveraging visual strategic planning tools. Chapter 5. Reach beyond existing demand. This chapter emphasizes the importance of reaching beyond existing demand to create blue oceans of uncontested market space. The authors argue that companies often focus too narrowly on existing customers and miss the opportunity to unlock new demand. By turning to non-customers and identifying commonalities in what buyers value, companies can open up a new mass of customers. The chapter introduces the concept of the 3 tiers of non-customers, explaining how each tier represents a different level of distance from the current market but offers a potential for new demand. The authors illustrate these ideas with examples like Callaway Golf, Pret A Manger, JC Deco, and the Joint Strike Fighter program, showing how these companies successfully expanded their markets by focusing on non-customers and commonalities in buyer values. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Reach beyond existing demand. Identify non-customers. Conduct research to identify the 3 tiers of non-customers: those on the edge of your market, those who consciously choose against your market, and those who have never considered your market as an option. Understand non-customer needs and commonalities. Analyze why these non-customers are not using your products or services. Look for commonalities in what they value or need that are not currently being met by the industry. Develop offerings for non-customers. Create or adapt products and services that address the key commonalities identified. This may involve simplifying your offerings, making them more accessible, or providing new solutions that meet previously unaddressed needs. 2. 3 tiers of non-customers. First tier, non-customers. Engage with customers who are barely satisfied with current market offerings. Understand their grievances and what could potentially drive them away. Develop offerings that solidify their loyalty and increase their engagement. Second tier, non-customers. Identify and understand the groups that actively avoid your market. Investigate their reasons for refusal and design offerings that could convert their refusal into preference. Third tier, non-customers. Explore distant markets and groups who are unaware of your offerings. Discover latent needs that your company can fulfill and tailor new offerings to tap into this unexplored demand. 3. Maximizing the size of blue oceans. Comprehensive market analysis. Conduct a thorough analysis to identify the biggest catchment area among the 3 tiers of non-customers. Offering design and development. Develop offerings that appeal to the broadest possible audience by focusing on commonalities that span across different tiers of non-customers. Test and iterate. Pilot your offerings in selected markets to gather feedback and refine them based on real-world usage and preferences. 4. Strategic focus on non-customers. Research and segmentation. Differentiate between tiers of non-customers with specific research initiatives aimed at understanding their unique perspectives and needs. Value innovation. Innovate to create value for non-customers by addressing their needs in ways that the current market does not. Market introduction. Strategies. Design marketing and outreach strategies specifically tailored to attract non-customers and introduce them to the new value proposition. 5. Commonalities over differences. Conduct in-depth market research to uncover the commonalities in values and needs among both customers and non-customers. Develop and position products and services that universally appeal based on the discovered commonalities. Create messaging that highlights the universal value proposition to appeal to a broader audience. 6. Desegmentation. Market analysis. Analyze the market to identify opportunities for desegmentation, focusing on broad appeal rather than niche targeting. Product and service redesign. Redesign offerings to cater to a wider audience, removing unnecessary complexities or niche features. Launch and promotion. Launch the redesigned offerings with a promotion strategy that emphasizes their broad appeal and accessibility. By implementing these principles, companies can move beyond the competitive battleground of red oceans and create new, uncontested market spaces where competition is irrelevant, thereby unlocking new demand and achieving sustainable growth. Chapter 6. Get the strategic sequence right. This chapter emphasizes the importance of building a robust business model for blue ocean ideas, focusing on the strategic sequence to ensure commercial viability. This sequence includes 4 crucial steps: buyer utility, price, cost, and adoption. The chapter outlines how to flesh out and validate blue ocean ideas through this sequence to dramatically reduce business model risk. It explains the need for offerings to unlock exceptional utility for buyers, be priced to attract a massive target audience, be produced at a target cost, ensuring healthy profit margins, and address potential adoption hurdles upfront. This strategic approach aims to create value innovation, a leap in value for both buyers and companies, ensuring the idea is not just innovative, but also commercially viable and ready for successful implementation. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Strategic sequence in blue ocean strategy. Define buyer utility. Identify the unique value your offering provides. Conduct research to understand customer needs and how your product or service can meet them in a novel way. Evaluate the strategic price. Determine a price point that will attract a large customer base without sacrificing your profit margins. This involves understanding the price sensitivity of your target market. Determine target costing. Work backwards from your strategic price to identify the cost at which you can produce your offering while maintaining desired profit margins. This may involve innovating in your production process or supply chain management. Identify and overcome adoption hurdles. Before launch, identify potential internal and external resistance to your offering and develop strategies to address these hurdles. Engage with stakeholders to ensure support for the implementation. 2. Buyer utility. Map the buyer journey. Outline the steps buyers take from discovering your offering to disposal, identifying opportunities to enhance utility at each stage. Leverage utility levers. Analyze how your offering can simplify life, create fun and image, reduce risk, offer convenience, or provide environmental friendliness, and focus on enhancing these attributes. Identify utility blocks. Pinpoint and remove any obstacles that prevent customers from experiencing the full utility of your offering. 3. Strategic pricing. Research price sensitivity. Understand the price range acceptable to your target mass by researching alternatives and substitutes across and outside your industry. Determine price corridor. Identify the price corridor that captures the largest group of target buyers, considering both direct competitors and alternative solutions. Set strategic price. Choose a price within the identified corridor that balances attractiveness to customers with your business's profit requirements. 4. Target costing. Calculate target cost. Subtract your desired profit margin from the strategic price to find the maximum cost allowable for your offering. Innovate to reduce costs. Explore ways to innovate in production, operation, and distribution to meet the target cost without compromising on quality or utility. Consider partnering. Look for partnership opportunities that can help achieve or lower the target cost through shared resources, capabilities, or technologies. 5. Adoption hurdles. Identify potential hurdles. Recognize internal and external barriers to adoption, including employee resistance, partner skepticism, and public perception. Develop an engagement plan. Create a plan to engage with stakeholders through communication, education, and incentives to overcome resistance. Implement feedback mechanisms. Establish channels for ongoing feedback from employees, partners, and customers to continuously address and mitigate adoption hurdles. Chapter 7. Overcome key organizational hurdles. The chapter delves into the challenge of executing a blue ocean strategy effectively, identifying 4 major organizational hurdles: cognitive, resource, motivational, and political. The chapter introduces tipping point leadership as a method to overcome these barriers by focusing on points of disproportionate influence within an organization. Through examples such as Bill Bratton's transformation of the New York City Police Department, the chapter illustrates how leaders can achieve significant strategic shifts quickly and with limited resources by concentrating efforts on key influencers, leveraging existing resources smartly, motivating staff at all levels, and navigating the political landscape skillfully. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Tipping point leadership. Direct experience exposure. Regularly expose employees to the most critical and problematic aspects of operations to highlight the urgency of change. Engage with discontent. Facilitate direct interactions between employees and dissatisfied customers or stakeholders to foster empathy and understanding of the need for strategic shifts. 2. Jumping the resource hurdle. Identify hot and cold spots. Conduct thorough analyses to pinpoint areas of low investment but high potential, hot spots, and areas of high investment but low return, cold spots. Resource redistribution. Redirect resources from cold spots to hot spots to optimize impact and efficiency. Horse trading. Look for opportunities to exchange underutilized resources with other departments or partners to fill gaps and meet strategic needs. 3. Motivating the masses. Focus on key influencers. Identify and engage kingpins or key influencers within the organization to champion the strategy shift. Implement fishbowl management. Make performance and efforts highly visible across the organization to encourage accountability and recognition. Atomization of goals. Break down strategic objectives into clear, manageable tasks that individuals at all levels can understand and act upon. 4. Political hurdle. Secure a consigliere. Incorporate a politically savvy and respected insider into the strategic planning team to navigate internal politics. Leverage angels and silence devils. Actively identify and engage supporters to build a coalition for the strategy while addressing and mitigating the concerns of detractors. Strategic communication. Use clear, compelling communication to address potential political challenges upfront, ensuring transparency and building consensus. By applying these principles of tipping point leadership, organizations can effectively implement blue ocean strategies, overcoming the common hurdles that hinder strategic shifts and innovation. Chapter 8. Build execution into strategy. The 8th chapter delves into the crucial aspect of integrating execution within the strategy formulation process, emphasizing the importance of engaging all members of an organization, from top management to frontline employees to ensure successful implementation. The chapter introduces the concept of fair process as a pivotal element in building trust, commitment, and voluntary cooperation among employees, which is particularly vital in the context of blue ocean strategies that necessitate significant shifts from established practices. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Necessity of engagement. Organize inclusive strategy sessions. Regularly conduct strategy formulation sessions that include representatives from all levels of the organization to gather diverse insights and foster a sense of ownership. Develop communication channels. Establish open channels for continuous feedback and dialogue between management and employees to ensure ongoing engagement and adjustment to strategic initiatives. 2. Fair process and strategy execution. Train leaders in fair process principles. Equip managers and team leaders with the skills and understanding necessary to implement fair process in decision-making and strategy execution. Monitor and evaluate fair process implementation. Implement a system to regularly assess how well the principles of engagement, explanation, and expectation clarity are being applied across the organization. 3. The impact of fair process on organizational behavior. Create fair process ambassadors. Designate and train selected employees as fair process ambassadors to champion and guide the implementation of fair process practices within their teams. Implement recognition programs. Develop programs that acknowledge and reward teams and individuals who exemplify trust, commitment, and voluntary cooperation in their work. 4. Intellectual and emotional recognition. Personalize recognition. Customize recognition and rewards to reflect the unique contributions and achievements of individuals, acknowledging both their intellectual input and emotional commitment. Facilitate knowledge. Sharing platforms. Launch platforms or forums where employees can share ideas, solutions, and successes, fostering an environment of intellectual stimulation and emotional engagement. 5. Fair process with external stakeholders. Engage stakeholders early. Involve key external stakeholders in the early stages of strategy development to ensure their perspectives and concerns are considered. Clarify expectations and responsibilities. Clearly define and communicate the roles, expectations, and contributions of all external stakeholders in the execution of the strategy, ensuring alignment and commitment. By embedding execution into the strategy from the beginning and adhering to the principles of fair process, organizations can effectively navigate the challenges of implementing innovative strategies, ensuring that all members are aligned, committed, and actively contributing to the strategic vision's realization. Chapter 9. Align value, profit, and people propositions. The text discusses the critical importance of aligning the value, profit, and people propositions to ensure the success and sustainability of a blue ocean strategy. It highlights that for a strategy to be effective, it must not only offer a leap in value to the customer's value proposition, but also must ensure that the company can profit from this value, profit proposition, and that the people involved, employees, partners, stakeholders, are motivated and aligned with the strategy, people, proposition. The chapter uses the case of comic relief to illustrate how alignment across these three propositions can create a high-performing and sustainable strategy. It also touches on the Tata Nano's initial success, but ultimate failure due to misalignment, particularly in its people proposition. The chapter emphasizes that achieving such strategic alignment involves a holistic approach to strategy, formulation, and execution, where differentiation and low cost are pursued across all three propositions. This alignment is seen as a key differentiator between blue ocean strategies and traditional competitive strategies, red ocean strategies, with the former requiring alignment around both differentiation and low cost for sustainability. How to implement the main ideas from the chapter. 1. Holistic approach to strategy. Review strategy components. Regularly evaluate your value, profit, and people propositions to ensure they are integrated and aligned. Stakeholder engagement. Involve key stakeholders in the strategy review process to get comprehensive feedback and insights. Continuous learning. Implement a learning system to capture lessons from both successes and failures to refine the strategy. 2. Alignment across propositions. Alignment workshops. Conduct workshops to align team understanding and commitment to the strategic objectives. Performance metrics. Develop and track key performance indicators, KPIs, that reflect the alignment of value, profit, and people propositions. Cross-functional teams. Create cross-functional teams to ensure propositions are aligned from multiple perspectives within the organization. 3. Case study of comic relief. Innovate fundraising. Regularly brainstorm and test new, fun fundraising ideas to engage donors. Operational efficiency. Review and optimize operations to ensure maximum funds are directed towards causes. Volunteer recognition. Implement a recognition program to celebrate and motivate volunteers and partners. 4. Strategic failure of Tata Nano. Stakeholder analysis. Conduct thorough analysis to identify and understand key external stakeholders. Engagement strategy. Develop and implement a stakeholder engagement strategy to align interests and expectations. Feedback mechanisms. Establish channels for ongoing dialogue and feedback with stakeholders to adjust strategy as needed. 5. Napster versus Apple's iTunes. Partner collaboration. Foster collaborative relationships with key partners through transparent communication and shared value creation. Adaptive strategy. Be willing to adapt strategy based on partner feedback and changing market conditions. Integrated ecosystem. Develop an ecosystem that aligns the interests of all stakeholders, enhancing the value proposition for users and partners. These main ideas emphasize that the sustainability of a blue ocean strategy hinges not just on innovative offerings or business models, but critically on the strategic alignment of value, profit, and people propositions. This alignment is essential for motivating all stakeholders and ensuring the strategy's long-term success. Chapter 10. Renew Blue Oceans. Chapter 10 delves into the dynamics of sustaining and renewing blue oceans, acknowledging that creating a blue ocean is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous process. It highlights that with the success of a blue ocean strategy, imitators inevitably emerge, leading to potential threats to the uniqueness and value of the original innovation. The chapter discusses barriers to imitation that can extend the sustainability of a blue ocean, including alignment, cognitive and organizational hurdles, brand image, economic and legal barriers. It also explores when and how companies should seek to renew their blue ocean strategies to stay ahead of competition and ensure continuous growth and innovation. The main ideas from the chapter are: 1. Barriers to imitation. Cognitive and organizational barriers. The unique nature of a blue ocean strategy often does not align with conventional strategic logic, creating a cognitive barrier to imitation. Organizational changes required for imitation can also provoke internal resistance, further delaying or deterring competitors. Brand barrier. The strong brand image and customer loyalty developed through a blue ocean strategy can deter competitors, as imitation might conflict with their existing brand identity or fail to overcome the innovator's brand buzz. Economic and legal barrier. Economic factors such as natural monopolies, cost advantages due to economies of scale, and network externalities can create significant hurdles for imitators. Legal protections like patents further secure the innovator's position. 2. Renewal of blue ocean strategy. Monitoring value curves. Companies should continually monitor their value curves compared to competitors to identify when their blue ocean is turning red, indicating a need for renewal. Dynamic process of renewal. Successful renewal involves recognizing when current offerings begin to lose their distinctive value due to market saturation or imitation, and then innovating anew to create additional blue oceans. Corporate-level renewal. For multi-business firms, maintaining a balanced portfolio of pioneers, blue ocean innovations, migrators, improving offerings, and settlers, established markets, is crucial. Strategic renewal at the corporate level involves introducing new pioneers to ensure ongoing growth and sustainability. 3. Salesforce.com as a renewal example. Salesforce.com exemplifies dynamic renewal by continuously innovating within the CRM industry. As competitors began to converge on its initial blue ocean, Salesforce.com introduced new features and platforms like Force.com, App Exchange, and Chatter to maintain its leadership and keep its offerings in the blue ocean. 4. Importance of balanced strategy. Portfolio companies must balance their strategic portfolio across pioneers, migrators, and settlers, renewing their offerings by introducing new blue ocean strategies as existing ones mature. This balance ensures continuous growth, profitability, and sustainability in a rapidly changing market landscape. Chapter 11. Avoid red ocean traps. The last chapter of Blue Ocean Strategy addresses 10 common misconceptions, or red ocean traps, that prevent organizations from effectively implementing blue ocean strategies. These traps cause companies to misinterpret the principles of blue ocean strategy through the lens of conventional competitive market approaches, ultimately hindering their ability to explore and create new uncontested market spaces. By understanding and avoiding these traps, organizations can more accurately apply blue ocean strategy tools and frameworks to achieve sustainable growth and innovation. The main ideas from the chapter are: 1. Customer orientation trap assumes blue ocean strategy is about focusing on existing customers rather than exploring non-customers to identify and solve unmet needs, thereby limiting the potential for creating new demand. 2. Beyond core business trap. Misconception that blue oceans can only be found in industries outside an organization's core business, potentially leading companies to overlook opportunities for innovation within their existing markets. 3. Technology innovation trap. Confuses blue ocean strategy with technology innovation, ignoring the fact that value innovation can occur with or without new technologies, as long as it significantly enhances buyer value. 4. First mover advantage trap. Belief that being first to market is essential for blue ocean strategy, overlooking the importance of being first to get it right by effectively linking innovation to value. 5. Differentiation versus low-cost trap. Misunderstands blue ocean strategy as a choice between differentiation and low cost, rather than the simultaneous pursuit of both, which can create a leap in value for customers. 6. Low-cost strategy trap. Equates blue ocean strategy with competing on price alone, failing to recognize that strategic pricing against substitutes and alternatives is key to capturing non-customers without sacrificing differentiation. 7. Innovation equivalence trap. Assumes blue ocean strategy is synonymous with any innovation, neglecting the focus on value innovation that aligns innovation with utility, price, and cost positions to unlock new demand. 8. Marketing theory trap. Mistakes blue ocean strategy for a marketing or niche strategy, not recognizing its broader scope that requires alignment of value, profit, and people propositions for sustainable success. 9. Competition view trap. Incorrectly views blue ocean strategy as dismissing the value of competition, not understanding that it seeks to make competition irrelevant by creating new value for customers. 10. Creative destruction trap. Confuses blue ocean strategy with the concept of creative destruction or disruption, not acknowledging that blue ocean strategy aims for non-destructive creation by redefining problems in markets. These traps